Anytime you're painting, if I was going to paint in a straight line, for me as a right-handed golfer, if I was going to paint from right to left, if I held the paintbrush in my right hand, the handle would lean to the left, okay? That way I could put pressure on the brush part of the paintbrush, and I could get these where they were tilted back a little bit. Hey golfers, Tony McMullen, the founder of Smart Golf Academy here. Today we're going to be talking about compressing the ball and hitting it a little bit more consistently with your irons by using a paintbrush. So the paintbrush is going to help us to illustrate how we should get some shaft lean and how we can actually hit the ball by striking down on it and getting more of the club face on the ball. And that's going to help some of you that struggle in the aspect of consistency, hitting the ball a little higher in the air, and even gaining a little bit of distance, because we're going to be able to compress it by using the paintbrush. But first, we'd love it if you give us a like and a subscribe to the channel. We're really growing. We're helping people to perform better on the golf course, and we're giving them a better understanding of how they want to hit the golf ball, which is going to improve their scores. If there's something in your game that you'd like to have addressed or have a video made about, shoot me a message and let's see if we can do something to help you out there as well. Now, on to the paintbrush, okay? Today we're going to be holding the paintbrush a certain way, just to help illustrate what we're talking about here. So, you know, that we have and it's somewhat like a golf club in the fact that the paintbrush has a handle, okay? So we would grip it on that handle there. So basically, anytime you're painting, if I was going to paint in a straight line, for me as a right-handed golfer, if I was going to paint from right to left, if I held the paintbrush in my right hand, the handle would lean to the left, okay? That way I could put pressure on the brush part of the paintbrush, and I could get these where they were tilted back a little bit, okay? Which gives me a good angle to get more paint on the wall faster. Not that I'm an expert on painting. I really don't know much about painting at all, but I do know that I've watched people paint, and I have a sense as to how they were able to apply the paint to the wall. That application process with the brush and paint is very similar to what we're going to be working on with how you're going to hit your irons more consistently and with more compression, okay? So the handle, which is this part right here, is going to be leaning to the left. That allows us to put pressure onto the wall as we hit it, okay? Now, here's the cool thing about this. It doesn't matter if it's in my right hand, painting from right to left, or if it's in my left hand, painting from right to left. That position is going to be the same. The handle is going to lead, and the brush, we're going to have the maximum amount of coverage on the wall, okay? Keep that in mind. Even if I was painting a flat surface underneath me, which is closer to what we do with a golf club, okay, I would still, even if I was doing it with my right hand, the handle would lean forward, and I would be able to keep the pressure here and keep moving from right to left, okay? My left hand would be the same way. Handle is pointed to the left for the right-handed golfer, right-handed painter, if you will. And I'm going to keep that pressure here on the brush, okay? Right? If I put both hands on it, if I wanted to paint that way, which is going to segue right into our golf swing, I would have the handle leading, okay? This wrist would have what we refer to as flexion. This is extension. This is flexion. So I would have flexion in my lead wrist, and I would have extension, which is the opposite, in my trail wrist, which would present a position much like this, okay? I've done a video before in the past where I've actually given you a drill to help you with this. Right hand in front of the left. If you're a right-handed golfer, you want to just tip your hands back a little bit to the right, and then as you swing forward, your right palm would stay facing the ground, and you can see the angle of my wrists. I have extension and flexion, the same as what we would have in the paintbrush. Flexion, extension. Now, how does that apply to the golf club? When we go to swing the club, once we get our grip on it, just like the paintbrush, you could actually drag it across the ground, just like you were painting a line with it. Flexion, extension, and you would want to hold that through impact. Now, the drill you'd want to do here is just what I did. Drag the club from right to left, and then maybe at half speed or even slower, make some swings, shorter swings where you keep those angles in your wrist. flexion, extension, okay, back, through, okay? Just like painting. If any of you have ever painted and you were going to paint a flat surface, a table or something to that effect, you were going to paint left-handed, you would be in flexion and you would drag the brush across the table, applying the paint with the left hand, or with the right hand, same angle. Drag it across the table, just like that, okay? Try this. Like I said, start slowly. Kind of give yourself time to figure it out. Let your body and your mind kind of sync up together. But you want to keep those angles in your wrists. Drag the club. Start slowly. Pick up speed. That's going to improve your ball striking. It's going to help you to compress the ball, to trap the ball, and to hit the ball with much more consistency. And you're going to enjoy the game a lot more. For more tips like these, go to smartgolfacademy.org. The online academy, we're going to make you a better player.